There are infinite timelines right now ready for you to jump into. Your most desired timeline. There is a you somewhere right now in the eternal now, not in the future, but right here, right now, doing what you most desire. Your life that you're striving for, the life that you might think that is totally impossible. That is happening right now. There is infinite potential and infinite outcomes playing out right now. And these outcomes are determined by where we put our focus on. The timeline that we are in right now, whereas you're watching me and I'm with you, is a specific timeline that we have both selected. We have selected to be here right now, down to our own choice and volition of being here in this now moment. With all the ingredients, all the flavors, and all the parts of the recipe that have worked together for this unfolding to happen. But one of the really cool things about the universe, about reality, nothing is fixed. Anything can shift and change in a moment. But one of the key ingredients of this whole dance and game is the power of belief. If we desire to grow into another timeline, we have to, start to really believe that it's possible. And understanding these universal laws is where it is at. Understanding there's a universal unfolding happening right now and feeling into that, stimulating the belief, but then really enriching it and then embodying the belief so it permeates and penetrates every cell of our being. And it's from that we will actually meet the person that we're striving to be, that we would conceptually form as someone who's over there in the future. We would then bring that person into this now moment by developing the qualities, behaviors, energetic disposition of that individual right now. We would anticipate it to such a degree through that journey of anticipation and expectation, we would birth and create what we are most desiring and the person we are most desiring to be. There is a beautiful unfolding happening right now that's infinite, that's eternal, that's not fixed, that's continually in motion. Reality is continually in motion. There is always movement happening, even when we feel stuck. And it's in those moments when we feel stuck that we would be really beneficial to nurture that knowingness that everything is always moving. There is always something happening, unfolding, majority of which is in the unseen field part of creation. When we feel stuck and we feel, let's say, stuck in a certain timeline, we don't feel like we're moving forward. This is where our trust and faith in the unseen comes into play. There is an unseen power of benevolence which is orchestrating all of our timelines in this now moment. It has got our back. It wants the best for us. So when we start to nurture these qualities and start to stimulate that belief, we start to create decisions that then propel us forward even more so. We start to make decisions, whereas before we would have actually shied away from making because maybe we were in the energy field of fear, and maybe we're breaking our fear circuit. We're stripping through the cords of fear, which then facilitate a new capacity to be able to make different decisions. Once we strip fear away, we make decisions that have become more in line with our soul and our soul destiny. When we're not governed by fear, our capacity to make more empowering decisions increases massively. And it's from those decisions that we make which become more and more aligned with the timeline that we want to jump into, to integrate into that timeline. And it's a gradient process. Sometimes it can happen all at once, but sometimes it's a gradual process. You'll start to experience elements of the timeline that you're most desiring, and it will come in like fits and starts. And that's part of the process as well. But there could also be quantum jumps and quantum leaps where you actually all of a sudden really embody where you are and where you most desire to be in the timeline that you most desire. And it's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to have all of that going on. It's okay to feel fear. It's okay to feel uncertainty. It's okay to feel doubt. But it's a gradient process of change. It's a gradual process. The speed of spirit is very subtle, loving, and compassionate. And it knows what's best for us. When we're ready for a quantum leap, we will take it. But when potentially our soul and spirit thinks we need to be going at a softer pace of things to be a little bit more subtle, it will propel us forward with that. It knows exactly it knows exactly what is best for us right now. Even though sometimes on the appearance, it may not feel like it does. But I want you to come into the knowingness that everything is perfect right now. It is all perfect. The unfoldment of this is so perfect. So you can choose a timeline. You can choose a timeline right now. You can start to tune into your heart desires. You can start to really shift into that timeline that feels so raw, real, authentic and true to you right now. The letting go of the old self, and it's all part of that journey. The letting go of that old, say, survival mechanism self, and stepping into this new timeline which isn't governed by those survival paradigm patterns and behaviors. The journey of love, the journey of self-compassion, the journey of forgiveness. We're going to need all of those in our utility belt of spirituality. So wherever you are now, my friend, whatever timeline you're in, if it feels far away from what you most desire, just know that everything is happening right now. And sometimes the biggest shifts can come from just the smallest movement. And that movement could be just a decision all of a sudden to do something that you would not normally do. Just all of a sudden you make a decision which is very contrary to what the decisions you've made before. So trust your journey, trust your life, trust the path that you're on, trust the timeline that you're in, trust the timeline that you want to jump into. And try as best as you can to be lighthearted, be joyful and playful along the way. Sending you so much love, my friends, on your journey of your timeline shifting momentum. And I can't wait to see you already in the next video.